للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers, welcome you from Al-Huda TV on the series of errors and corrections. This program is actually, our ultimate goal is to clarify and clear to the Muslim the errors they fall into, and they consider it is worshipping. But so in this program we clear and clarify the errors, make sure we make clear for the brothers and sisters what errors that you may fall into and what is the correction. And we will tackle again some errors and the correction for them. One of the errors also people fall into is actually fasting, connecting day without breakfast. They fast, for instance, he fasts Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and he doesn't break his fast. This is absolutely an error, and it's not actually a sunnah. So when you fast one day, you should break your fast at Maghrib, then tomorrow before Fajr, you make a new fasting. But don't continue. Don't make 3 days in row, 4 days in row together without breaking your fast. This is not sunnah. This is absolutely, you are violating the sunnah of Rasulullah, and you're doing something from your own mind. This is neither Allah recommended this or Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we Muslims should not do something from our own mind, because we may doing something bid'ah, innovation. So the Muslim should stay away from innovation. Also, some of the Muslim, they exaggerate when they gargle, especially when you're fasting, or they exaggerate when they sniff the water, because in wudu you should put some water in your mouth and then you throw it away and then you sniff some water. But don't exaggerate, especially in sniffing the water when you are fasting. You should not exaggerate by doing this, especially when you are fasting, because the nose is actually can go, any water go through the nose can go to the stomach, because some sick people or ill people, when they can't eat, they put some hose, they feed them from the nose. And this is actually a very clear evidence that the nose is a way of eating, is a place that people can eat by putting some hose. In the hospital, the doctor, they put some pipe, through the nose all the way. They put some pipe, a small pipe, and they put it in the nose, and it goes all the way to stomach. And they put some fluid in that pipe, and then it goes. So that's why you should not exaggerate in sniffing water when you are fasting. Also, there are many sisters, may Allah reward them, they are very keen about fasting, volunteer fasting. But in Islam, as a Muslim, you should not fast any volunteer fasting unless it's permitted by your husband. If your husband is present, then you should ask his permission. You should ask his permission. You tell him, my husband, I want to fast Monday and Thursday. I want to fast volunteer fasting. Can you allow me? Because I'm sure any good husband who really encourage his wife to be pious, to be righteous, he should not stop her. But it is it is really recommended from the wife. She should ask her husband permission if he's present. If he's present here, with her at home, he's not away, he's not traveling. No. Also, in Ramadan, many people, they don't care about the sahur meal, because Rasulullah ﷺ, he said, "Tasahharu fa inna fi sahuri barakah." Have sahur because there is a blessing in sahur. So it is really a good sunnah that anytime you fast, especially in Ramadan, that you eat a late meal, just around 1 hour before Fajr, is enough. This is it will give you strength, it will give you energy, it will help you that you work, it will make you initiative, it will help you that you don't feel hungry, you don't feel dizzy. So it is really recommended meal as-sahur. So we should not leave it. Actually, we should not avoid it. We should not just deny it. No. Even at least you take, a bite, you just, a bite, small bite of food, or you just drink a little water, or milk at least, just to perform the sunnah. No. Also, when you are fasting, you should avoid any quarrel. You should not actually slander or abuse other people or have fight, because Rasulullah he recommended us when you are fasting, if somebody trying to fight you or actually to cause any problem for you, just say, Inni sa'im, I am fasting, I am fasting. So this is also good things, Unfortunately, in Ramadan, sometimes, especially at summer, in the middle of the day, because of hunger and because of thirsty, some people, some Muslims become, very, angry, and sometimes they are very easy to be antagonized. So don't let any people antagonize you when you are fasting, because you are fasting and you are doing ibadah. Whatever happened to you from other people, just remember to be patient, to be calm, to keep up your fasting, because you may invalidate your fasting if you slander or abusing other people. Because this is the purpose of fasting. Fasting means abstaining. What is the meaning of fasting? Fasting, abstaining from food, water, and false talk also. Not just Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, مَنْ لَمْ يَدَّعْ قَوْلَ الزُّورِ فَلَا حَاجَةَ اللَّهِ فِي أَنْ يَتْرُكَ طَعَامَهُ وَشَرَابَهُ. Whoever, not hold himself or suffer from saying false talk, he is not in need to leave his food and water. Allah is not in need for you to leave your food and water if you cannot stop yourself from slandering, false talk, backbiting. What is the this is not fasting. Fasting is actually a training, annual training for us, to train us to be good Muslim. Well, one of the things we should avoid is slandering, backbiting, shouting at people, abusing people. So this is the meaning of fasting from everything, not only just from food and drink or sexual intercourse. We come now to Al-Hajj, my brother and sister. Unfortunately, many Muslims, may Allah guide them to the best, they delay Al-Hajj, even if they can afford. Even if they can afford it, they delay it. He said, not now, when I grow up, when whenever I have time. And he doesn't know that, he doesn't know when he's going to die, because death can come any minute. So you should not really postpone Hajj or delay Hajj, because you don't know when you're going to die. If you really have the ability in your body, and ability financially, and ability in you have three conditions. If the three conditions are there, when you are able in your body, able financially, and also you feel safe going and come back, you have no right to delay Hajj. You have no right to delay. And one more thing for the woman, she must have mahram. If she is able in her body, and she has the money, and she feels safe, but no mahram, nobody with her father, her husband, her uncle, nobody can take her, especially if she's coming from, very far away places, coming to Hajj from, other countries. She should not travel for Hajj unless she has a mahram. And the mahram is the person, either a husband or a person who can't marry her. A father, a son, a cousin, her brother, one of her relatives who cannot marry her. This is very important for the sister to understand that Allah will forgive you if there is no mahram for you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive you. If you don't have mahram, Allah will forgive you not performing Hajj. No. Also, we should not really, when you are performing Hajj, once you are in the status of ihram, then you should avoid rafath. Rafath means sexual intercourse. Until you throw the Jamrat al-Aqaba on the 10th of Al-Hajj, and then you make tawaf, and you make tawaf al-Hajj. But this is during Hajj, you should stay away from anything will, cause you to, have sexual intercourse with your wife until you finish all your rites of Hajj, and also not to have a quarrel, not to fight, not to slander people, not to abuse people, not to go in fighting with other people, and not to have, what you call, jidal. What jidal means, false talk, and because you are performing Hajj, you should not really, get yourself into problems with other people, because you came a long way from your country to perform Hajj, so you should really perform it properly, away from problems, away from quarrel, away from shouting, away from fighting with other people. Also, one of the errors that people do when they're Hajj, some of them, they wear some T-shirt, he wear underwear when he performing Hajj, under the ihram, and this is absolutely, not actually allowed, because when you are performing Hajj, you just only wear two pieces of cloth, one on your shoulder and one you just put it under to cover your private parts, but no underwear, no T-shirt, no other anything take the shape of your body. This is, you should not wear it. Whether women, no, women can wear all the clothes, they should cover up. I'm talking about men. So one of the errors people fall into is they wear underwear and some T-shirts under the ihram, but you should not wear that. No. Also, some women during ihram, she should not wear niqab during ihram. She should not wear. Rasulullah sallam said, لا تنتقب المرأة الحجة. The women who performing Hajj, she should not wear niqab or gloves. All right. So and also the muhrim, she should not, during in Mecca, he should not hunt, he should not, move a tree or cut his hair until, he finish his tawaf al-Hajj, or after he finish perform Jamrat al-Aqaba on the 10th and cut and then shave her head, one of the two. Brother and sister, we come to conclude this episode of errors and correction. We look for you, inshallah, soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة أولئك أصحاب الجنة هم فيها